Yep, we have audio. All right, we're good.
What is real?
What's up, baby?
How do you define
How we
real?
doing? How do you define
There's
real?
no spoon. What is real? What is human? This world got me questioning, consuming. Stuck in the matrix, feeling like I'm Truman. So upside down, disconnected from the human. But Morpheus is here now. You ready?
How's everybody doing
For
today?
real, you already know. Down the rabbit hole we go.
Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with all your friends, everyone you know. So, we're going to talk about some things today. It's a little bit of a rabbit hole day. We're going to do some rabbit hole stuff today. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. We need those likes rolling in, baby. How's everybody doing today? If you like rabbit holes, then you're going to like today's show because I have a little. I mean, it's not so much a rabbit hole, but it's something that I think needs to be discussed. It has to do with Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, by the way. It's good to see you all and have you here. What's up, Jay Heat? How you doing, buddy? Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share the show out. Um, let's see here. Let's set up a gift goal. Let's see here. We'll do heart me's. How you doing, Jay Heat? It's good to see you, man. It's been a minute. So today is going to be different than our regular crypto show, obviously. We have two shows. We have the Down the Rabbit Hole show and we have the crypto show. And I'm going to be splitting up the crypto show into a news show and a TA show. So they're going to be separate and different from each other. So I do want to talk a little bit about crypto today too, though, because I just met up with Crypto Rap in San Diego. We went to a crypto conference thing in San Diego. It was a lot of fun. It was more or less a party. We were hanging out, having a good time. And you know, I got to hang out with the Goat Tribe. As you can see, I have the Goat Tribe banner up in the back now. At Ada Goats. If you don't follow them, go check them out.
How do you define real?
So let's see here.
Spoon.
I feel like I need to pull up the charts just to like get people to stop in. But today's going to be more or less about rabbit holes, right? Let's do a little TA while we're waiting for people to roll in here. Might as well. Anybody got a project they want me to take a look at for them? Oh, let's see here. Let's do a little TA, huh? The charts seem to make people stop by. I don't know what it is, but it seems to work. By the way, is the stream smooth? What's up, Tech CEO? How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Yeah, let's look at Link. Look at Link. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look here. Well, on the daily, it looks like we're trending down. All right, so we have, you know, lower highs, lower lows. If we break out above this, I would say that that's pretty bullish, and that would indicate probably a turnaround. Let's see here. This could, let's just say it breaks out, which I do think things are going to break out. We're coming up on the harvest moon, right? So this is the last harvest moon of the year before the moon cycle resets. That being the case, I would say there's a potential for things to go up here. However, this is an ascending channel, all right, which is bearish, which means that it will probably break down. But if you take into consideration the moon cycle, there is a potential for a break, and that would send it up here to about 14.9 to 15.7, right? And potentially higher, maybe like 16, right? And if it does, I would say that is a potential that it forms like an inverted head and shoulders thing like this, sending it up to about 18, 19, 20 cents, somewhere around there. Um, Here's the issue, okay? We got to look at the timeline. So this would be right here, December 4th. Look at it, it lines up perfectly with the moon cycle. So I think we hit 15. Internet has been really bad. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end because we're multi-streaming. I'm going to stop streaming on other platforms for now. Let's see. Tell me if this fixes it. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Um, so we're running off Starlink right now, and Starlink is having outages because of the solar storm. So our bit rate is low right now. All right, so back to TA, right? So we're looking at the timeline here, right? Tech CEO. Full moon, I think we're going to hit 15 cents. Now, maybe it goes crazy parabolic, but that would be the first zone of resistance. I just don't see it doing anything crazier than that, unless like like some alt season miracle happens, right? So I don't think that this plays out. Maybe it does. Maybe we continue to be bullish through December, but that would mean right before Christmas we would top out here, and then it would be potentially done. Either way, whether it comes up here and then shoots up here to this point, or if it plays out like this, where we come up and then we come down, either way, we're in this like descending channel thing, and we're creating new lows. We're trending downward. What if it doesn't go up? What could it go down to? I'm telling you right now, it's going to go up. But if it does go down, I would say the first line of support, it would be 10.8. That's where it would go to. That's the next stop on the way down before another move up. I don't think it's going to go down, bro. I mean, it could potentially go down a little bit. Let's just say, because this is an ascending channel, let's just say it does this, right? And this breaks down. It could double bottom right here, and then that's sending it back up to 15, 16 cents. So either way, this thing's going to hit probably about 15, 16 cents. So that's what I'm seeing. And let's just say the cycle's over, right? And we're coming to the end, and we're headed down. That's just what it's going to be. Where would the bottom be if the bull run is over, right? Where would the bottom be? I would say right around here. 8 cents to 5 cents. It's going to come down to 5 cents. That's where it'll hit. And it does go into despair when it first drops. So let's just say worst case scenario, it's going to 2 cents. I doubt it goes that low. Right here at 5 cents seems to be the sweet spot. That's where I would enter. That would be my entry zone. 5 cents, and basically buy anything between 8 and 5 cents or lower, obviously. That would be my accumulation zone on this. Tech CEO, thank you for the hanging lights. Appreciate you. So, Tech CEO, you're coming out to Vegas on New Year's for Backstreet Boys, bro. I'm so jealous. You have no idea. But when you're out here in town, man, I would love to meet up with you, brother. I hate Vegas around um, New Year's, but you know what, dude? I would literally drive out there just to come shake your hand, brother. Is that for Link? Yes, this is for Chain Link. All right, so this is a rabbit hole show. Everybody start tapping the like button. What's wild? To come out to see you, bro? Dude, I drove further to go see crypto rap. Like it's really not a big deal for me. I don't have anything to do. Like I do this show and I tinker on my cars and shit. Like I'd be chilling all the time. So Vegas is way close to me. Like I can be there in, I don't know, less than an hour. That's hella close. So if you're out here, man, I'll drive out, shake your hand, we'll go shoot some craps or something. Sounds like a good night to me. But I know you got, everything going on with your life. So like I don't want to intrude or anything like that. But I would love to come see you, shake your hand. We could do a little cameo live or recording. That would be awesome, man. I absolutely love you, bro. Since the first day I saw you with the hat and the glasses on, man, I was like, I love this guy. What's up, Milfshake? What's up, TikTok Seller? What's up, G Rod? How's everybody? I'll talk to my girlfriend and see what the plans are. Yeah, dude, let me know. Did Cam move? What do you mean? Did the camera move? Milkshake, always a pleasure to see you. I'm not gonna play the milkshake song. That's a Waddy thing, but it's great to see you. So today I want to talk about some rabbit hole stuff too. I don't know. Camera looks like it's angled different. It is angled differently. I literally got inspiration and just ran into the studio. Like my desk is a mess. Like nothing was set up. Like I'm supposed to be cooking Thanksgiving dinner and stuff right now. For me, when I cook Thanksgiving, it's a 4-day process. So I've been cooking since Monday. I do everything from scratch. Uh, and when I say everything, like I baked bread so that I could uh, tear it up and turn it into croutons for stuffing. Like I baked cornbread so that I could add it to that bread for the stuffing. Like it's a whole process, and I do everything 100% by myself. This year, I'm cooking the turkey on a rotisserie on my barbecue. So it's going to be rotisserie turkey. I am so excited for it too. It's brining right now. Oh my God, this is probably the best year's brine I've ever made. And everything in the brine, all the herbs, and except for like some of the spices, obviously, but like it all came from the farm here in the garden. So like the the thyme, the rosemary, the ginger, everything that goes into it all came from out of the ground that I grew throughout this year. So it's all fresh. Even the onions are grown here. So it's been a bit of a process. And then the pumpkins as well. I make the pumpkin pie. All the pumpkins are from my garden. They've been baked. I'm going to puree them today It's gonna be awesome. And then I have to make pie crust today. So I gotta, make some dough and everything. But like I said, the only thing I really didn't do this year is hunt my own turkey, which sometimes I do that. I want to do that next year. I want to go hunt my own turkey. I want to go to NorCal and hunt for turkeys, and maybe even just like MidCal. Like I know they have some good turkeys out in where is it? It's just outside of Frisco. Anyway, that's the last place I got turkey. So it. Anybody watch Bob's Burgers? I'm like Bob from Bob's Burgers when it comes to Thanksgiving. White House got locked down. No, it did not. Hold on a second. I spoke to AP on condition of anonymity. The suspect who was in custody also was shot and has injuries that are not believed to be life threatening. Sources say emergency medical responders transported all three victims to the hospital, according to Vito Magalio, the public information officer for the DC Fire and Emergency Services. Police tape considered off or cordoned off the scene of the emergency fire and police vehicles. Lights flashed, helicopter blades thundered, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. What does it say? Any motivation to it? That's interesting. I don't know. I guess I wonder if there's like a political motivation to that. Why shut down everything? This didn't happen last time there was a shooting. Well, I mean, they put the president in the bunker. He was speaking or something at the White House. They put him in the bunker. I don't know. Maybe it has to do with more to it. Maybe it's all theater. Maybe it was just something to allow them to do something else. Who knows? We need more information on this thing. What's good, brother? Long time no see. Hope all is going well. Everything is doing fantastically. Thank you, 100s Club. Hey, guys, you want to see some cool stuff that I got? Check out my Goat Tribe mug. I got a Goat Tribe mug. I got a Goat Tribe pin. I got another set of the Goat Tribe NFT rolling papers. I got a Goat Tribe joint roller. I got a Goat Tribe lighter. And I got a Goat Tribe grinder with a keef catcher. This thing is so cool. I wish you got that glass bottle. I'll get one. Dude, I'm going to be going to these events all the time. I'm going to get another opportunity to win that thing or buy it off someone that wins it. Give it time. I'm going to be after all the goat merch. All right, so we were talking about Thanksgiving, right? So let me pull up. This is what we're supposed to be watching right here. We're going to jump down a rabbit hole, ladies and gentlemen. And it's not too deep of a rabbit hole. It's surface level rabbit hole stuff, all right? Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends, send in your daily heart me. That is our live goal today. Let's get 5 heart me's if we could. If you can. Obviously, if you can't gift, just hit the like button, right? But would imagine viewership's not going to be as good for the next couple days because of the holiday and stuff. But I wanted to make this episode because I feel like it's important. And we record all of this stuff and it plays. We play reruns on YouTube and Abstract all the time. TikTok seller, thank you for the heart me. So basically, I want to get this information out for you because I want to educate people on what's going on. Thoughts on Tangam wallet? Tangam's good. I prefer the Arculus, but Tangam is good. Tangam is Swiss, I believe. So it's from a Swiss company. I prefer Arculus because it has tap to pay options and it is made in the US. The reruns are hilarious. Yeah, dude, especially the ones where Josh comes on. It's funny. And you know what's great is to see the reruns from the past and see how everything that I was saying has just been playing out like a movie, just being right all the time. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but validation and is it feels good. It feels good to be right about something, and often, if not pretty much all the time. Obviously, TA is not perfect, but when we zoom out and we look at the big picture of everything that's going on, um, I've been saying it since January. It's pretty crazy. Tangam's never been hacked. That's the biggest sales point. I don't believe Arculus has ever been hacked. I believe people have given away their keys, but I don't think it's ever been hacked. But, you can also have just a Cardano wallet, you know, and Cardano's never been hacked. You can get like a Lace wallet. There's all kinds of different wallets out there. You don't necessarily have to have a, in hand, like a Ledger or a Tangam or, you can just have a device. And if you do this, I would recommend that you have like something that is like, not like your phone, right? But you could have like a separate phone, a cheaper phone or whatever, and you can download it onto that and you can use that device as your wallet. So it doesn't necessarily have to be one of these products. Honestly, the more I've learned about it, I am a little, I don't know. I don't want to give out any bad information. Do what you think is best. But in my opinion, I don't really know how much you need it anymore. It seems like, especially like certain exchanges seem to be backing up um, the liquidity that's in your wallet or the exchanges, right? Um, so it seems like it's becoming more secure. They're going to be, taking care of you. Obviously, nothing's perfect. JFM, thank you for the heart me, much appreciated. Good to see you, buddy. Always a pleasure. It's great to see the community and to be back here. And so anyway, I want to reel it in from crypto. Obviously, we do crypto, right? But let's talk about something. And don't run away, guys, just because I'm not talking about crypto. I really want the world and the community to hear this. And this is why I decided to go live because I was talking to Jesse, and as you know, Jesse is very much more left than I am. I'm a bit more right than she is, but we're both pretty much centerline. But one of the things that we were talking about was Thanksgiving, right? And the left is very much so like, oh, I don't want to celebrate Thanksgiving. It's about genocide. They, you guys have heard the story, right? And like, and then the right is very much like, oh no, like, it was patriotic and blah, 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 and whatever, right? This is what I want you guys to understand about Thanksgiving, okay? I think there's truth and validity to both sides, but let's take a moment to understand and focus on what Thanksgiving is really about and what you need to be focusing on when it comes to Thanksgiving. And the thing is Thanksgiving is about being thankful for what we have, obviously, right? And but it's also about remembering that there was a group of people, the indigenous Native Americans of the continent of the United States today, right? And those people were being persecuted. Now, not by everyone. There were good people coming over and there were bad people coming over. Obviously, like, there was this idea that they were savages and they would just, lay them to waste. I got to be careful of the words I use here on TikTok, right? But, you know, there were also people that were loving and caring and good people that weren't doing that. Okay. It's true. We butchered them, but it brought people together to stop the butchering, is what 100's Club says. Yes, and it was gruesome what was done. But what we need to focus on is that there were good people that were there. No one deserves to lose their life over anything, whether it's for land or for starving to death, right? But there were good people, and we know that when the settlers came here, the winter came and food was scarce, and they didn't know how to grow food here, right? What was it? Squanto taught them to bury the fish in the ground and then plant the corn on top so that it would fertilize the corn, right? They helped them, okay? And this is the part that we need to focus on right here. And quit dividing and say, I am not going to celebrate Thanksgiving because of blah, 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 whatever. Or Thanksgiving is an amazing thing and none of the genocide ever happened. No. What we need to focus on is that Thanksgiving is a beautiful holiday and it should be remembered. And what should be remembered is that there was a group of people that were being butchered and persecuted and slaughtered for no reason other than they were different. But those people chose to help the pilgrims. Despite everything that was happening, they reached out a kind hand to help them, to keep them from starving to death, from freezing to death. And that's what we need to understand. And that is what we're celebrating here with this holiday. We are celebrating the fact that there is goodness and pure love and admiration for our fellow man. That despite any negativity, any evilness that anyone does to you, that you can make the choice to still extend love. And it doesn't have to be, the way things are right now. It doesn't have to be this divide. We can agree, both sides can agree on the same thing and stop pitting ourselves against each other and understand the real reason that we celebrate Thanksgiving is we are thankful that we didn't starve to death because the people that we were trying to hurt helped us. And understand that there is goodness out there and we have a lot to be thankful for. So if you're thankful this year for something, I'd like to know in the chat. Chat, tell me, what are you thankful for this year? What is your Thanksgiving miracle? What is the best thing that's happened to you this year or in your life? What are we thankful for? Is anyone thankful for anything in here? I'll tell you what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for you, my TikTok family, and my social media family. I'm thankful for having purpose because of this show. I'm thankful for obviously, I said my family, but my kids. I'm thankful for all the blessings that I have gotten this year. Um, for I'm thankful for my financial freedom. I'm thankful for my individual freedom. I'm thankful for every day, says 100s Club. That is beautiful. Every day is a blessing, guys. You should be thankful and grateful every single day that you wake up because we are not guaranteed tomorrow. Anything can happen. The gray hair G-Rod give you question mark? That doesn't make any sense. I think I know what you're referring to, but I don't understand what it is you're trying to say. I'm thankful for, gosh, so many things. I'm thankful that I've been given so many opportunities, especially in like the crypto environment. I have been blessed and welcomed there with open arms. Um, I'm thankful that I've gotten to meet so many great creators that and influencers as well, you know, through this space and to be a part of the community, and it's been an amazing thing. G-Rod, what are you thankful for? Are you thankful for the gray hair I gave you with crypto? Absolutely. I'm thankful to have people in my Discord. Don't forget to hit the link in my bio, join the Discord where we all roast and haze each other pretty dramatically. It gets a little dramatic in there. There are times it gets a little dramatic, but it's fun. I don't mind pushback. I don't mind um, a little negativity. It rolls off my back. But at the same time, I'm not just going to roll over and take it. I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to say this is the world as I see it, you know? Uh, but I'm not afraid of any pushback. Bring it, you know? If you're a hater of me, please get in my Discord and roast me. I love it. Hundreds Club says, agreed. I met people on here and I'm extremely grateful for it. Yeah, it is a great community that we have here. And you know what's cool is like I've met people not just on the crypto side, but on the rabbit hole side of things. We've been able to, grow and branch out into multiple communities. G-Rod says we fight in the Discord like family because we love each other. Absolutely. The Discord is like, I mean, there are sections in the Discord that are just absolutely unhinged. And then there's just places that are just full of information and knowledge. And we have so many sections. Actually, I kind of want to pull it up. Let's pull up the Discord. Let me show you guys. Click the Discord link in my bio and come join us here. So this is the Discord. Look at all of these sections. So we have our rules, we have announcements, we have news, merch, social media, knowledge, survival skills, personal growth. We have our general chat, crypto, memes, down the rabbit hole, moonshot, cars, true crime. It's a pretty goated. Look at knowledge. Knowledge is my favorite section. So there's all kinds of. We have audio books in here. Let's see here. We also down the rabbit hole. We have all kinds of rabbit hole videos, and we have discussions. I'm trying to see here. See, we discuss all the rabbit holes here, and we're talking about everything. And um, we've got the memes. We're just posting funny stuff. We have the cars section. You can post your cars, whatever it is you have you're working on or you see that's cool. Um, we got true crime, so there's a bunch of like true crime stories. I just started that one. We have Moonshot. This is our online trading group where we group trade together. It's pretty awesome. So join the Discord, get locked in. Knowledge is power for sure, but not what you know, it's who you know. Yes and no. The rabbit hole is the best. Yeah, dude, rabbit hole is the most active section in and obviously crypto too, but the rabbit hole, man, we get into some deep discussions there, and we're talking about all kinds of stuff, and we're basically we're jumping in rabbit holes and we're digging them deeper is what we're doing, and we're trying to get to the bottom of shit. And it's a lot of fun, man. We have a lot of fun. A lot of it's joking, a lot of it's serious, a lot of it's scary. I feel like we need to have like a ghost story section. I'm going to create one. I'm going to create ghost stories in the Discord. And I like, I try to keep it locked in. Some people post things in the wrong place, and I try to like move them around and keep it organized so that way, you're not just, you go into a rabbit hole and everyone's talking about crypto. You know what I mean? We keep it pretty well organized so that way you can find, whatever topic it is you want to talk about. And if you get in there and you're a part of the community and you want to create a new section, we can totally do that. But I would say like this Discord is pretty awesome and we have a good time there, but we need to grow it. We need to grow our community. So please click the link in my bio, join the Discord. I also teach my TA class in the Discord. We have a TA class, and we have a special guest coming on next week for the TA class. So that's going to be awesome. If you want to sign up for the TA class, send me a DM and I will get you in the TA class. But the guy that's coming on for the TA class to help share some of his knowledge, he was a hedge fund manager, and his job was to TA and track the markets. You know, this guy understands macroeconomics on a level that I couldn't even understand. And I'm learning from him as well. So it's great to bring on these guests because and we're building this vat of knowledge in understanding the markets. It has progressed so much from the basics to ultra advanced. Like I'm learning from it now. It's pretty incredible. I gotta jump off to get the kids to practice. I'll be back later. Hey, don't worry, man. We'll be in the Discord after this. This is just a short little live. I figured I'd do a little hour. I wanted to, talk about Thanksgiving though, and how what we need to be focused on, and quit using Thanksgiving as a reason to divide each other, and realize that there's no reason there's no reason to hate each other because of Thanksgiving. Uh, I thought it's a thought subject. Ghosts, I don't understand how they can wear clothing. I'm ghost. I'm a ghost right now. I'm wearing clothing. I don't think ghosts wear clothing. And maybe they do. I think what you're seeing when you see ghosts is like a apparition connected to you, like telekinetically or telepathically in some way where they can project an image into your mind, maybe. That's what I think it could possibly be. I think there are different categories in like ghost spirits and different things that you see. And I think they're not all the same thing, and we tend to like lump them all together. And I think what we're seeing and experiencing is multiple different things. All right, everybody. Oh, Vintnor, thank you for the heart me. Sorry, I didn't catch that till just now. Sighting of them, you make sense. You know what? I have seen so much activity since I moved to this place that I'm at now. You know what? Oh my god, I get so busy, I forget to do things. I'm gonna post the spirit box thing. I'm gonna work on that because so we have this spirit box. This is the same one they use in BuzzFeed and like ghost hunters and stuff like that, right? They're not cheap either. So we actually caught some things on the spirit box, and not only did we do it, like we did like a double blind thing where we used it two different instances and got the same result kind of thing. It was pretty crazy. Can't join the Discord through the phone. Send me a direct message and I will send you a new link. The link probably needs to be refreshed. So send me a DM, Miss Poshy, and I'll get you hooked up. Don't forget to follow me here on TikTok as well. But send me a DM. I will be looking for your message after the live here. What about the tunnel video? The tunnel video's coming, okay? You have the video. I know you do. But I'm waiting to get the guests to come on. And you have to understand that these men are um, they're very busy. They're also they're a little bit afraid to come on to the show and speak out. So I'm trying to work out with the IT guy how to secure their anonymity. We may have to do like a voice changing thing with them and blur their face kind of thing, block their IP addresses, stuff like that. Because these are real whistleblowers that are coming on the show. Um, I like to consider myself a whistleblower, but I'm not anonymous with it. I'm okay with whatever happens to me because of it. But I've worked with these people for many years, and um, a lot of people are fed up with it and they're ready to speak out. So we are putting that together. I will get on top of that. I just kind of like took a little step back from everything. I'm just starting to get my feet wet again and get back into it. So we're going to continue moving forward, pushing out this information. Seek the truth. Good to see you, buddy. But get in the Discord. I'm there basically every single day. We're all there every single day. That's where most of everything is happening, right? And it helps keep the community together. I post when I'm going to go live because we don't have a set schedule like we did. I will be going back to that schedule more than likely after the holidays. People don't believe truth even when they are told it. Well, that's the beauty of what we're doing is I'm gathering evidence. So we have video evidence of a lot of this stuff that's going on in Hollywood and different things. So we're compiling everything together and getting it ready to release. We are going to blow the lid off this thing, guys. So, and that's the main thing is we can talk about whatever, but hard evidence, that's everything. And that's what we're working on. And we have a decent amount of it. And I have everything secured with a dead man switch where if something happens to me, it's automatically sent out. People have copies of it. Things are backed up. There's no way they can silence this stuff. Cool. Can't wait to see. Appreciate it very much. Absolutely. So we are putting it all together. Things like this take time, and they have to be done sensitively in the proper manner. Otherwise, it's all for naught, right? So we have to tread very lightly and be careful how we do things. But it is coming together. You know, I may not be on the show here all the time, but I'm continuously working in the background. I'm going to these events. I'm gathering information. I'm procuring equipment to go explore uh, the tunnels and stuff. I just bought a GoPro, so we're gonna send this down some of the tunnels that we found, and yeah, we're gonna give you guys all the information. So it's gonna be awesome. And thank you for the follows, guys. Don't forget to join the Discord. Get in the Discord. Come hang out with me pretty much daily. That's where we're at. And look at, we got the Goat Tribe here at Ada Goats on X. Join the Goat Tribe, guys. Get your goat NFTs, man. Dude, the Goat Tribe stuff is so sick. We're actually working on a new album now. So I just had a meeting with them last week, and we're going to start collabing with crypto rap as well. And we're going to start producing some more music, and it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited for everything that is coming, and all the new stuff. Like I said, I may not be live every day, but that's because I'm working on things that hold more sustenance, right? I want to be able to deliver a product to you that is more than just me yapping on a mic. You know, I want to produce music. I want to, you know, do journalism. I want to go out and gather evidence and blow the lid off things. For sure, you can't rush a great thing. Unbreakable evidence is key. Exactly. Exactly. And we are working on it. So we have a few tidbits, but we got to bring everything together. It is coming out. So stay tuned for that. But I think the next thing that we're going to put out, because I'm going to add the ghost stories thing in the Discord. I will post the spirit box um, video and audio in the Discord. I think that's the best place for it. So you're going to have to join the Discord if you want to see that stuff. And I'm telling you right now, no bullshit. Like we got something. We have solid. I mean, I have seen the ghost stories stuff, the BuzzFeed stuff with the spirit boxes, and never has anything ever seemed definitive to me. I am very much a truth seeker. I'm very I question everything. If you know anything about me, I do not just spread nonsense and for entertainment, okay? I'm looking for factual information, right? And I would say out of every spirit box encounter I've ever seen on TV, online, anywhere, this is the most definitive proof that I've ever gotten from this. And I was able to collect it personally with witnesses here. We had it plugged into the equipment. This studio that we're in is haunted. Okay. We've literally, things have been thrown across the room. We've seen apparitions and entities. We had, I mean, unexplainable things. Oh, you made the channel. What's it called? Ghost Stories? So, like, hashtag Ghost Stories. Thank you, man. I appreciate you doing that for me. That helps out a lot. By the way, let's give a special thanks and shout out to TikTok Seller 444. Since day one, he has been here with me, and he has helped me create video clips, and he helps me moderate, and he's in the Discord. And the guy, when we get our plaque for YouTube, I'm sending him one. Like, he deserves every bit of recognition for this show. I've offered to pay him. I've offered to give him things, and he refuses. He does it because he believes in this show. And hats off to you, brother. Your dedication and support has been overwhelming, and I appreciate you so much. I couldn't even put it into words. I am one thing that I am thankful for this year is for TikTok Seller. I am so thankful for you. We would not be where we're at today without you. You're constantly liking and gifting and doing so much for this show. It is, we're nothing. This show is nothing without the viewers like you. I would be a guy sitting in a padded room talking to the wall if it weren't for you guys on the other end. So you guys are everything. I'm nothing. I'm just the authoritative mouthpiece here. I am just the voice of the community and the face. You guys are the community. And that's what's beautiful. Is it's about you guys, not me. I'm nobody. I'm just some dude on the internet, right? Thank God you didn't say the voice of reason, says Fredrum. Oh my gosh. Back with the roasting. It's good to see you, Fredrum. Fredrum, you got to get in the Discord and come roast me there, man. We are literally there roasting each other every single day. Click the link in my bio. Join the Discord, man. We have a lot of fun there. That's where I'm at most of the time. You don't see me here. That's because we're in Discord. That's where we're doing everything. But it's good to see you, buddy. Let's see here. I guess that just about sums it up for today. Let's see here. Let's leave on. Oh wait, shoot, that was the wrong thing. I clicked the wrong thing. Let's leave it with this.
Little bitch asshole.
Goat Tribe.
Said I'm a badass bitch and I'm rich. Don't call me a little girl, I ain't switch. Size like it's nothing, you a snitch. Wanna be like me, yeah you wish. Crypto wives on the track and you know we tryna stack. Bitcoin, Solana, and Ether, some ADA. Bitch, I am the alpha and you are the beta. You think you are great, I promise I'm greater. Just check my tray, check my wallet, the data. You mention me with the girls, that's gossip. And if you talk shit, you know you best watch it. Crypto wives are the best, you know you're not it. Passive aggressive, that beef, I'm gon' squash it. Not cause I forgive you, because I am bigger of a person. And yeah, my ass sticker, loyal to my man. You a hoe, you a stripper. So don't miss my word, about to throw a no-hitter. Now this my last line before we go get dinner. Michelin restaurants, he pay, he a winner. Said I'm a badass bitch and I'm rich. Don't call me a little girl, I ain't switch. Size like it's nothing, you a snitch. Wanna be like me, yeah you wish. Another verse, about to take another lap. Around you putting Goat Tribe on the map. It's a race, it's a fight, yeah we bout to scrap. But you know I'm clever, so instead lay a trap. To help me catch these little girls in the act. Creating fake drama, yeah I know that's a fact. I don't mean to provoke, don't mean to attack. But can't take anymore, boy I gotta react. Or they take advantage of me. Try and lie, spread these rumors about me. But they can't see, that bullshit sets me free. Girl I decree, you gone, you better flee. Yeah I'm a wife, you know he put a ring on it. Big ass rock sold NFTs and took the profit. Headed to the bank, got more to deposit. Go Tribe to the moon, yeah we bout to rock it. Said I'm a badass bitch and I'm rich. Don't call me a little girl, I ain't switch. Size like it's nothing, you a snitch. Wanna be like me, yeah you wish.
All right, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you all next time. It's been a pleasure. And I'm going to post the Spirit Box video too. I'm going to work on all that tonight. So it is freezing cold out here, so we're going to head back and we're going to render this video from the GoPro here. That's our camera setup. And so we got so what's up, big baller? How you doing, bro? So I have a feeling we're gonna need another 300 feet This is 300 feet of rope, and it took all of it. I brought another 300 with me, but we had hit something where it may have been like a ladder or something. So I want to kind of see what's down there first, and we'll do another segment on this one. There's 11 of these out here, guys. There's so many of these we're gonna have to go look out. What's my prediction for what it is? I believe that this is an air vent for a mine shaft. There's no way that this is it on your property? This one's not on my property. This one's several miles out. We're out in the boonies right now. The one on my property is what I believe to be the entrance, because it is the size of this entire slab, the hole, and it's been backfilled in. And we got a train coming. I should take you guys around the airport. I just don't want to give away my location. Yeah, I don't want to dox myself. There's a lot of cool stuff here, that's for sure. But I dropped a glow stick down here, and you can barely see it. So let's go upload this video and take a look at it, and I'll post it to Discord. So I'll see y'all there in a little bit, and get that video, put Elon to work, and we'll solve the mystery of the rabbit hole in the desert. All right, chat, thank you all for showing up, and I'll see y'all later. What's going on, everybody? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. How is everybody doing today? Jessica, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. I'm doing great. Glad to see you. The news, we got some news today, that's for sure. Definitely got a little bit of news. I think the speech is probably the biggest news today. Does it look bearish or bullish still? That's a good question too. We'll get into it. In the meantime, welcome. How's everybody doing? I'm feeling a lot better. Taking some meds. Getting over this sickness has been kind of awful. Yeah, I bought some. I bought a few days ago, though. I bought days ago. I took profits, and I'm thinking about getting a re-entry. I think we might have a price correction tomorrow, maybe, or sometime tonight, and then that would be the entry point again for a new trade. I think we're still bullish, baby. I think we're still bullish. At the same time, we kind of hit that mark of 230 and came back down hard. Price correction is the pullback. We have this candle right here, and it's mostly a wick. That's our price correction. So we moved up quite a bit very quickly, and so it has to pull back and correct. I think the emote's not working well. It should be. If any of the people monitoring the show from my staff are watching, can you check and see if there's something wrong with the emotes? Smash that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Share the show with your friends. We will be cutting the TikTok live short, and you will have to come over to Twitch to catch the second half of the show. So make sure you come over to Twitch. That's Ozthecryptogoat, all lowercases, no spaces. Don't miss out. We are migrating off of TikTok to mitigate our nonsense that we have to deal with TikTok. There's been a lot of suppression. But if you are on TikTok, make sure you're pressing that like button. Make sure you're engaging in the chat. Make sure you're sharing it with your friends, and we're getting this out to new people. Bullish to 250? Maybe. I think 245, 247 is it. This blue line. Ugh. Jessica with the little ghost. How do you guys like the new ghost? His arm goes here, and then it goes back up. We got a new ghost now. I think we're gonna I think we're gonna fall short of hitting this blue line, but we could. If we break up any higher, I would say that we have a strong chance of hitting the blue line, which is 245 to 247. But we're starting to close a red candle here. Starting to close a red candle. So it's hard to say. What's this run about? You know, it's just fulfillment of price correction. We drop down really hard, we have to move up again and then come back down. That's just how it works. Thank you, Kodak. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, we're stepping up the production value of the show. Yeah, the ghost is fun. I figured it would be something nice to do. Kind of step it up a little bit. I think it's correcting itself now. I think it already corrected from 230. So 220, 222 is support now. So if it breaks below that, expect it to be done and over with. If it breaks 215, it's done. It's over. That's it. Nice little run we had. But I don't feel it. I think everything has a lot more steam in it. Bitcoin's got more in it. I hear some people saying 100K for Bitcoin. I don't really see it. I really think that
You know, we're about to hit that target at 94.95 is what I said for Bitcoin. So it could run out of steam up here. It had a heavy push upward. It could bull flag right here and do it again, and we could see 100K. But based off of my technical analysis, if this is a double bottom, we moved up, we're fulfilling that double bottom, we should see some new formation forming here that's going to tell us where we're going. And I think we're going to see somewhat of a bull flag right here. I think we will. And I think that could take us up to 100K on Bitcoin. I really think things are starting to turn around. I don't know if it's for the long haul turning around, but I think we're probably going to get some nice movement throughout this week, just before the end of the month. I think once the end of the month comes, we're going to be toast. It'll start coming back down, and it's going to drop nice and toasty. But there's good news. You know, there's good news with the tariff stuff. A lot of good things are happening. So I can't really speculate on anything bearish right now other than trend lines. You know, trend lines are it, and we're above this resistance as now support. So as long as we stay above it, we should see a move up into this higher zone. The longer it takes to get over there, though, the lower that zone is going to be. So right now, if it keeps pumping like it's been doing, I see about 145. If it takes a while and we consolidate a little bit before and then move up, I would say, you know, 140. And it could go down. It is going down right now. It is going down right now. I do think we could see a price correction all the way back to 215, but then move up from there. It depends on how long it takes to make a formation. You know, so 240, 245 is dependent on how long it takes. If it takes, you know, a week and we have to wait through the weekend, I would say 240. If we get it before this weekend's, I'd say 245. And if you're watching on TikTok, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. Let's get some viewership on TikTok, guys. So how about send in those gifts, share the show, let your friends know. We need to break back to 240 for me to actually be bullish again. I agree. I want to see it break above 240. I want to see it hit 280. I want to see it break above 280. And then I think we're bullish and we could see $4 or $5. I'm not better, but I have to be better because there's too much going on for me to not be going live for you guys. Too much going on. But, you know, I will be taking tomorrow off. I will be taking tomorrow off. So keep that in mind, guys. So if you're not a subscriber yet on TikTok already, become a subscriber so you can get those daily price point videos, because right now is more crucial than ever. You're going to want to know when to make those trades. Six days for what? Since you've been sick? Do I see this pumping years? Like pumping for years and years? I think we'll get, you know, pumps and pullbacks, you know, and eventually, you know, every time it pulls back, it'll be a little bit higher every time. And eventually, you know, one day it'll stabilize, you know, above $3, above $5, above $10. But that's going to take a lot of time. A lot of time. Yeah, I don't know what I have. I had this like 3 weeks ago, and now I have the exact same thing, all the same symptoms again. It's like deja vu. Smash that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Share the show with your friends. Yesterday, I was watching the pumping on Bitcoin when it was happening. It was 88 and it goes to 93, 98, 94. Did you see that moment where I was talking to you at that time, and then I was talking to my friend? I told them it's going to go up because my analyst told me that. Yes, I do. I do remember that conversation. That was in the middle of the night. What was it, like 3 a.m., 2 a.m.? So 222 was not, no, 222 was the place to take profits. You guys should be taking profits along. That's one thing I wanted to reiterate today, guys. Jumping in and out is not how it's done, guys. You want to leave a little bit in there, take some profits. And you know, really where you want to do is put it in down here, okay? You want to put it in down here, let it run up here and take profits as it pumps up on the way down. But if you're just jumping into it, what you're trying to do is get in at these low zones like 163 and take profits along the way up, so that way when it dips back down again to 155, you can put all those profits back in. But you won't miss a candle pump by doing it that way. Told my Telegram, yeah, I don't, and I'm, for that, I really appreciate it. I really admire you for that, mate. Thank you very much. You made me proud. No problem. Because I told my Telegram group that it definitely goes up regarding my analyst told me the way he actually analyzed it. Thank you, man. I'm glad that I was able to help you guys. When big things are happening, okay, I'm usually awake for it. The only reason I didn't really catch last night's pump and I wasn't answering any messages, I was so sick after the live. Like, after the live, I was done. I was done and I crashed out and I slept. I actually slept for the first time in a long time. But yeah, if things are going on, especially if I'm feeling well, I'm going to be up all night. I'm going to be up all hours of the night watching this, and we're going to, you know, catch those prices together. So when you're a deluxe subscriber on TikTok, you're going to get access to messaging me in the middle of the night when things are pumping, baby. I hope always everything goes for you well. I appreciate you, mate. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys too. I do this for you guys. I mean, I'm doing it anyway, so I figure I might as well share the wealth, I guess, you know? So it is great, you know, to be able to help people. At the same time, you know, we're growing something here. We have an awesome show, I think, and I feel like I have so many more stories to tell you guys. Sorry, whoops. I have so many stories I want to tell you guys. I want to do a story time today. The second half of the show is going to be a Twitch exclusive show, and so if you move over to the Twitch side for the show for the second half, you're gonna get the second half of the story, guys. We're gonna be talking about Subtropolis. Subtropolis, the underground city below LA. It's not actually called Subtropolis, but we're gonna get into the facts and nitty gritty about that. You know, what's true, what's fiction, from somebody that's actually been inside and seen these things firsthand. see that girl that spills the beans on it? Yeah, I've seen a few. A lot of people, they don't really know what they're talking about. There's a few, and when I say there's a few, I mean a few, like one or two that I've seen that actually have it right. You have to tell me your name, because I don't think, if it sounds crazy and far-fetched, it probably is. Occam's razor. Do you guys know what Occam's razor is? Basically, if there are two schools of thought on something, it's usually the thing that is more mediocre and mundane that is true than the crazy thing. However, I do know some crazy things about the tunnels and things in LA. Yes, I will be in Vegas on June, what did I say? Is June 2nd, right? June 2nd, I will be doing a meet and greet in Las Vegas, guys. I'm probably going to be playing some Texas Hold'em. I may or not. Maybe we'll play some craps or something. But we'll also be doing the live show from the casino floor. And those of you that show up for the meet and greet will get to be on the show. So we'll be on the show. We'll be talking to each other. I'll be interviewing you guys and asking about your crypto experiences and things like that. And you will be in the hot seat. You get to talk a little bit if you want to. That's up to you. But you'll get to be there live for the face reveal show. That is coming June 2nd. We are doing it'll be a face reveal. It'll be a meet and greet. It's going to be June 2nd in Las Vegas. King, thank you for the rose. There's tunnels in Vegas too, yes. Every major city, guys, everywhere in the world has some type of underground other part or city to it. I've been in many of them. I mean, Kansas City has one. Kansas City's is called Subtropolis, and it's not what you think it is. It's just an underground mall. Her name is Allie Carter. I'll look it up. Do I think we're going to go down from here? Yeah, but I think we'll... honestly, I think right now, 220 is going to be as low as we go. I don't really see it going much lower. Let's look at the 1 minute. See, we're dancing on this line right here. You know, we dropped below it and shot right up above it. And this line is 220. And as it goes down, it gets lower. You know, so it depends on how long it takes for it to pump again. TikTok is down. Oh, they took her down. They took her TikTok down. Yeah, that's why I only talk about certain things in certain lives, and what we're going to be talking about will be on Twitch only. So if you guys want to hear the stories about Subtropolis and LA and other cities that I've been and worked in, and you guys want to know what it's about, and I think because of the venue that it is and its popularity, I think we're going to do the meet and greet at Caesar's Palace, possibly. But that's what you're going to expect to see in the underground city. There are places that are not like that, but they do have places where they literally have an artificial sky, just like Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. And they have trees that are growing. They have it looks like you're outside. I have not re-entered yet. I'm kind of waiting to see what it's gonna do. But I feel like it could come down to 219 again. It seems like it wants to stay above, but also this kind of looks like a Head and Shoulders. So it could bring us down to 215. It depends. There are mostly in the more glamorous areas, people are living there or excuse me, not living there, but working there. Things are happening. And then in the less glamorous areas, there are the mole people. But we're going to talk about it after the show. We're going to talk about it after the show. BTC is used by the elites to buy stuff. Reason it's going to 0 XRP. I don't think it's going to 0 XRP, but I think it's going to see. I think the whole crypto market's going to see a dramatic drop before they flip the switch, so to speak. I think it's going to be the biggest shakeout in crypto history, in my opinion, because why wouldn't they? Why would they want to share all that wealth with you? They want to shake you out and get you out. Will we get an alt season this year? We are in alt season. We are actually in meme season now. So basically, I call it the simul season. This is the simul season, guys. Normally we have a Bitcoin season, then we have an altcoin season, and then we have a meme coin season. And we are getting the simul season this year, and that is because people have learned the trend, okay? They've learned the trend, and they're trying to be ahead of the trend. So when Bitcoin pumps, what did they do? They bought altcoins and meme coins first, which pumped them the same time as Bitcoin did. And we have more projects than we've ever seen in the crypto space in all of history. So the liquidity is spread out quite a bit. So everyone's waiting for alt season, waiting for meme season, and they're waiting on Bitcoin dominance to fall. Well, guess what? Everything in the market, except for meme coins, is mirroring Bitcoin. And that's because we are in meme coin season. So when Bitcoin and Ethereum, or well, I wouldn't even say Ethereum's on its own kick, man. It's losing big time. Yeah, Bitcoin is a meme coin. But when you're seeing these prominent coins, Bitcoin, XRP, HBAR, Chainlink, XLM, these bigger altcoins, I would call them utility coins. When you see these big utility coins and Bitcoin start to drop, you notice that the meme coins pump. That's because people are moving their liquidity from Bitcoin, from these utility coins and altcoins, and they're putting them into meme coins. So we're getting a simul season right now. Everything is all happening at once. Waiting on Filecoin. Dude, I'm all about Fartcoin. I'm going to own Fartcoin just so that I can say I have it. I will always own one Fartcoin. Guaranteed. And I believe me, I am not the only person that's going to be doing that. It is literally, meme coins are collectibles, okay? And I want to own a fart coin, okay? Just like people want to own a Trump coin. They want to own these different meme coins, okay? I will always own a fart coin and a Shiba Inu. Always. If you have a minute, can you look at Hex? I'm playing with that a little. Yeah, let's look at it. Hex. You believe XRP hits $5 this year? If we start pumping and breaking out of this trend now, yes, we could see a $5 XRP. However, I think it's highly unlikely and will probably drop down into the $1 zones and then move up into like $2.80, maybe $3 again for a second pump. What's up, TikTok seller? Where is Hex? Maybe this one? Some of these are like really bad charts, and I don't like to look at them. They are hard to read. HEX, right? Is that hexagon or what is that? Here we go. Top chart, duh. Is hexagon have anything connected to polygon? I'm tripping out, or do you have new music? I have new original music, guys. So I can no longer get flagged for demonetization. We have new artwork. We have new audio. We have new soundtracks. Yeah, wait till you see the opening screen. You know what? Hold on. Check it out just real quick, and then we'll go back. Check out the new opening screen. Oh, what? Yeah, there it is. What happened? There we go. We gotta fix this. There we go. There we go. We got a new ghost because he's got his arm going this way, and now it's moving upward. So we got an upward arm moving here. And I think that's somewhere around where we'll land, somewhere between these two blue lines. If we pop above it, great. But let's look at Hex real quick. Hex. Hex looks like it did what it was going to do. I don't see, in the day anyway, it could be like a double bottom thing here. Let's look here. Hold on. Look at the 1 hour. That looks like a triple bottom. No. That's like a double bottom. Kind of a triple bottom. I would call that. It was more like a double top. But it could double bottom right here. And I would say that if this is a double bottom, that would bring it up about right here. Right here. Somewhere right here. For 0047 to 0049. Somewhere in there. If that's what it is. But honestly, it's just... This is a... You know, a channel moving up here, and then we got the drop here. But there's not enough... It looks like it's like consolidating right here, and it's like stuck in this zone, but it wants to break down. See how these candle wicks are really tall on the top here? It's tried to move up, and bam, it got slammed down. Tried to move up, bam, it got slammed down. It is going to fall through the floor, in my opinion. I don't know if it's going to hold. It seems to be trending downward. You know? Something kind of like that. So it'll probably follow. something like that. And this is actually a bullish trend here. So if this goes down, it would come, if it does something like that, where it kind of bounces like that, it could move up again. But that's only going to put it up to this resistance zone at 0065 for that pattern. And that's in the 4-hour chart. So, I mean, it's semi-short term. That's like this week. Wait a minute. What are we... Why does it say we're in January? This only goes to December. This is off. This is wrong. Don't listen to anything I just said. Something's wrong with that chart. It basically is not all the info is not there. It's a good thing I looked at that timeline, because I was like, something is wrong with that. Hex USD on Ethereum. Some of these exchanges, where are you? The one on Pulse Chain? Gotcha. With Ethereum, Warped, Pulse, or just Pulse Chain? Ethereum on Pulse Chain, I'm assuming. There we go. That looks like the right one. Yep. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. That looks nice. Yeah, that's definitely going to 1350. That's going to 1350. Unless it head and shoulders right here. If this doesn't head and shoulders right here, it's going to 1350. Otherwise, it could drop like that. Everything is kind of in that limbo phase. Is it going to keep pumping or is it going to start dumping? You know, I told you last Friday that everything looked bullish, right? This is Hexagon right now. So everything looks bullish as of last Friday. You could have picked into a hat and picked a random crypto and you probably would have done well with it. Okay? And what did I tell you was going to happen? It happened across the board. Every single crypto made money, baby. Unless you were in something like, what is it, Mantra? You know, and I told you guys, stay away from that. But every single thing that could do good, you know, that had something to it, even Pepe broke out. I thought it wasn't going to do it, and it did it just a day late. That's all. And that's because it was a meme coin. It took a little bit longer. That's all. But I'm telling you, everything looked bullish. Okay? And I think there is still a potential for bullish movement. However, maybe we're done. Maybe we're done now. But we're going to have to wait and see. I think we consolidate sideways and we form some sort of bullish pattern that pushes us up again, and we're going to hit that 244 zone in XRP. And basically XRP is moving in unison with Bitcoin, but we're more focused on XRP. But as you can see, Bitcoin has this inverted head and shoulders right now, and it's forming a little bull flag. XRP is doing the same thing. We have this inverted head and shoulders, and we're forming a little bull flag, which means we should be pushing upward, I think. I think we got one more pump. Well, it may take a couple pumps to get up here, but I think 245, 247 is going to be it. A lot of resistance on Bitcoin. Yeah, and that's what, you know, see this consolidation zone right here? That's going to be a hard one. See where it slammed up here and then slammed back down? That's where I said it would go. Probably about 194, 195. And that's it in this sweet zone right here. Would I get in at 221 then? Honestly, I'm waiting for 215 or something to tell me that it's not going to do it. I would rather have to get it in at 225, you know, to make it up to 245 than to be wrong and us just be done and come down and drop below $2, you know? So I'm willing to lose a little bit of profit on the way up than to risk losing it on the way down. Yeah, the market is doing stuff though. I would say right now, the odds are in your favor, okay? This is the crypto Hunger Games. May the odds forever be in your favor, okay? Because there's a lot of people getting slaughtered out there. But I think the odds are we got more to go. We've only created the shoulder of this Head and Shoulders. It has more to go. It wants to do 245. But like I said, it could hit 230 and just be done. And that's kind of what it's done. So we have to see, you know, 230 was your zone to take profits. 225, 230 are your profit taking zones, guys. You've been on a winning streak. Good for you, man. That is awesome. And if you have been on a winning streak and you feel like you want to contribute to the show, don't forget you guys can always donate. That's OZZY12233504 at Venmo or Cash App. Bro, I just profited a shit ton, pulled everything off and waiting for the drop. Good for you, bro. Remember, guys, we are not making any money from... You subscribed on Twitch. Do you get paid from Twitch yet? I don't really get paid from Twitch yet. I don't have enough income coming in from it. So eventually I'll get a couple bucks from Twitch. But if you guys want to use, you know, and contribute in that way by getting subscriptions and stuff. But if you're making, you know, lots of money and you want to contribute to the show, when you send donations, that goes to help with the staff and with building of the studio and the equipment and everything. I literally have 2 people monitoring the entire live because there's been a few complaints about like music dropping and things glitching and certain things like that. So I'm having 2 people monitor the entire show today. Thank you, Big Baller. I appreciate you. And you can give by clicking the donation link there and use PayPal, or you can always send it to the Cash App or Venmo. Here, I'll put it up. Just a second here. Add caps lock on. I don't know if you guys noticed, I changed my name on TikTok. So my name on TikTok is now Ozthecryptogoat. So it's no longer Oztid. So if you're wondering, that is my account. There are a few fake accounts of mine that are out there. So be wary of that. Make sure that it says Ozthecryptogoat. No periods, no spaces, no underscores, anything like that. All lower cases, no spaces. King, thank you for the 2 lightning bolts. Sorry I missed you. The live is more focused on the Twitch side, guys. The TikTok side is more for like posting the daily price point videos, is more for your daily coaching, for messaging me and stuff. And you can also message me on Twitch. So as for right now, as a promotional thing, if you move over to Twitch, you can message me directly on Twitch, but you only get like one, message, here and there. I don't check it as often, but you can message me if you are in Twitch. I am allowing that short term, just in case something happens with TikTok and we're no longer able to go live or something like that. We can still be in communication with each other. We can know where the live is going to be to cover ourselves. But for all of you that are making money, I'm so happy for it. I'm so glad. TikTok seller, thank you for the swan. Appreciate you very much. You can always send to the Cash App or Venmo, or you can use PayPal by clicking the link. And if you can't do that and all you can do is pay for your subscriptions, or you can't give, you can always smash the like button or share the show. Talk to your friends and your coworkers and your family members and let them know, hey, this guy is turning my trading experience around. I'm making money. I'm becoming profitable. He's telling me not what to do, but how to do it. And that's what's really going to be beneficial to the show, is to grow the audience. I love that we have, a staff and we're providing employment for others. That's another big thing about the show, is I want to eventually one day have multiple shows and a whole staff of people doing journalistic work and preparing and doing everything, so that there's a point where all I have to do is sit down and talk into the microphone and look at the chart and tell you what I see, but I mean, right now I'm creating memes. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. I need a new meme though, man. I've been usually the memes just come to me, something has to be relevant or happening or whatever. And I have to feel like, oh, this is, this would be a good one. And then I do it. But lately I haven't been getting the memes. Future billionaires. Hell yeah. You're unemployed? By the way, I am looking for someone to do graphic design. So if you're a graphic designer and you want to contribute to the show by producing graphic designs, creating memes, things like that, if that's what you're into, we are looking and taking applications for that. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and message me. I am not looking for AI, okay? I have access to AI. I am looking for a human to create beautiful, valuable, human-style content, okay? If you're using a chat bot or an AI, I can do that. No problem. I'm looking for an artist, somebody that wants to promote their artwork, promote themselves, promote this show. That's who I'm looking for. So, John Doe, if that's something that you're interested, go ahead and send me a direct message. I know you're not a deluxe subscriber, but you can submit either like a resume or, copy and paste, or message me with your background information, anything like that. I use this app. I'm in a class for digital design, so I get an application. Perfect. Send me an application. By the way, hopefully tonight or by the end of this week, I'm going to be having an email list. set up. So you guys can register your emails, and that way you can get an email alert for whenever anything is posted on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube. So that way you are getting notified, because a lot of people have not been getting notifications for the videos, for the price point stuff, and they're missing out. And that's because of the algorithm. So with this email list, you are going to be bypassing the algorithm and getting a direct email from me. There will be an added cost. It's probably going to be $1. It's going to cost $1 to sign up, and you put your name on the email list, and you get an automatic message for anything that I post online, no matter what platform it may be. You get a notification. I just get the feeling that this is a bull trap, like you said a few days back. I know what you mean, because look at what we did. Look at what we did. Look at that. We moved up. We moved up here. We peaked up, and man, we slammed down hard. We slammed down hard. And we are headed straight back into this zone. But this could also be the bear trap, you know? I try to keep an open mind about things. I try to be open. That's how we're so accurate. Is because I don't have a bias. I don't want it to go up, and I don't want it to go down. I want to know what it's going to do. That's what makes me so accurate. I have no bias. I notice a lot of these creators have a bias. They have to be right. Their analysis has to be right. I'm the first one that will tell you, hey, you know what? I was wrong. We're going this way now. Because that's how this works. You can't know where it's going to go every single time. You just can't. And if you're going to let your pride get in the way to hurt other people, there's something wrong with you. That's not what I'm about. I'm about making smart, decisive trades. I'm about teaching you guys how to see the charts the way I do. I'm about teaching you guys how to trade without emotion. That's the whole point here. Eventually, one day, I hope that you guys don't need me and you watch me for the entertainment. You watch me to hear about my crazy stories from backstage. That's what I really want to talk about. But in the meantime, let's learn how to make fucking money, baby. Because I believe that one day, this show will grow into something so much more. I believe one day, crypto won't be all hyped up like it is now. And we're going to need something to fall back on that's still going to be entertaining. And I have plenty of entertainment for you guys. That's why I keep giving you guys story time. That's why I keep doing all these things, because I want to give you a glimpse at what else we have to offer, because we do have more shows coming. We are going to be having a news show. We're going to be having a crypto show and news show. We are going to be having a debate show. We are going to be having a spooky tales show where I want people who can call in or chime in and tell their ghost stories. Tell your ghost stories, tell your alien stories, tell your story about what happened to you firsthand. Oz, do you think we get to 97, 98K and Bear Trap is set almost 100 to 100K people FOMO and trap everyone on a hard top? Yeah. I think that's highly likely. And you know why? The only reason I think that we are still pumping like we are is because they are trying to squeeze everybody one last time to really make them give up and drop it down, because we are heading into crypto winter, and that's where we will see lows, and then we get a pump in the end of the year. I think the May, June are going to be bad months. They usually are. If we pump outside of May and June, expect parabolic numbers. Okay? expect crazy numbers if we pump May through June, July, August, September, an entire year of pumping. Expect to see crazy nonsense. And that's what all these people are speculating. All these crazy numbers they're saying we're going to 10K and all blah, blah, blah. It's a little far-fetched, but it is possible. Let's see. John Doe says, would you want me to create memes? Message me directly, John, and we'll talk about it. So message me directly after the show and we'll talk about it. All right, let's see here. So let's move into a lower time frame. Let's look at the 30-minute and get an idea. Oh, gosh, it's doing this thing again. Let's move into 30 minutes and see what she's doing. As you can see, we pushed up. We bull flagged right at where support became resistant, or excuse me, resistance became support. We pumped up, we double topped, like I said, we pulled back to 220, okay? And then I thought maybe we would head and shoulders, okay? And we still may head and shoulders. This could be a double top right here as well, which would be the shoulder. This would be a double top right here, which would be another shoulder, which would send us back down to 216, 215. So unless we form something bullish, okay, unless we form some type of bullish looking thing right here, I would say that we're in the head and shoulders moving back to 215. And that's why I say I'm waiting. I'm waiting to get back in just to see if we're going to move up here, if this is a triple bottom and it's moving up, or if this is a head and shoulders and it's moving down. Okay? I'm waiting to make smart trades, because if this starts moving down to 215 and it doesn't come back up here and touch 220 again, you know, and try to break above it, it could be done and just want to move down. So I'm waiting, okay? Patience is key here, guys. I made some money on a pump, okay? I caught here, all right? I was sick as a dog. I didn't catch this, and I should have, because this was a beautiful formation of a bull flag. This was the most beautiful bull flag I've seen in a long time. This is a nice, beautiful bull pennant, okay? These are beautiful, easily read structures right here. However, I was so sick after the show. Or wait, was this after the show? We dropped. Can't remember. Yeah, I think it was here we dropped down. And then we went back up to 230, and then we dropped again. And it started coming out here. A lot of people got out at 222. I think it was where they were going to get out. And I was trying to tell you guys this yesterday. Okay. Whenever it peaks up like this and it starts pulling back, it's always either going to retrace back up to where it was or at some higher point. 225 was your exit. Good for you. And I wouldn't say exiting is the right strategy here, because it looks like we have more pump, okay? I think taking profits is more the right strategy, but you guys have to do what you think is best for you, okay? If you're looking to get out because you think, you know, a big crash or something like that is coming, I get it, because I do exit, okay? However, I do have long-term holdings that basically always remain in there for just in case. Just in case. A little moon bag. It's not a lot in it. Nothing compared to my other bag. But it's something. It's a few bucks that I don't care if it's gone. If something happens to it, it doesn't matter. I lose that amount on trades all the time. That kind of deal. You know? So you have to find a strategy that works for you, okay? Because I cannot tell you guys what to do. I legally can't do it. When 120? Maybe June, July, end of mid-June, we'll hit 120. At least if we don't break above this blue line up here and go crazy. But I find that a little far-fetched. I think we hit the blue line up here again and we're done. And the blue line, look, it's right there, 147, just like I said. 147 right there. Which would, if 147 is that line, that means that's happening on Friday. Friday would be the last day. Friday, what time? Friday at UTC, which would be, do LA time. So Friday. Friday at midnight, baby. Friday at midnight. You heard it here first, guys. 247 Friday at midnight. If it doesn't break below. If it stays above this line here, Friday at midnight, expect to see 247, baby. And if it forms a bull flag right there, expect to see craziness. $3, $4 in the next coming weeks after that. All right? So keep that in mind. If you see at 247 a bull flag, okay, and it pushes up to 255, and you see another bull flag, and it pushes us up to 260, and another bull flag, and it just continues forming bull flag after bull flag at every resistance zone, expect craziness. But that means a lot of buy pressure is coming in. And I get it. A lot of people are sitting on the sidelines right now. A lot of liquidity is sitting on the sidelines. So when that happens and it becomes a chain reaction, then you'll see it do that. Boom, 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 one after the other. Just like it did here. It'll look like this. Bull flag, bull flag, bull flag. It wanted to bull flag here, but it didn't happen. It got a double top and 247. Yeah, sorry, I man. 247, excuse me. My, not 147, 247. I'm still sick, guys. My brain's not braining, and I always get the $1 and $2 mixed up. So I do apologize for that. Okay? But I really, really feel like 247 is gonna be it, okay? The last time it pumped and it tested 247 right here. So we got the Brad Garlinghouse pump right here. Brad Garlinghouse said, oh, the case is over, and it wasn't. He said the case is over, and we dropped back down, and then we came back up. 247 was it. We not only triple topped over here, but we also got a top here. We got a little wick, and that was it. Okay? 247 is a nasty zone. Let's look even further back. Okay? This whole consolidation between here was at that 247 zone. Look at this whole consolidation right here is at that 247 zone, and all this over here. All the way back to the beginning, baby. 247 is tough because it's right before 250, okay? 250 is one of those mental lock places, and people who smart trade like I do set their trades a few cents higher or lower depending on which direction it's going to make sure they hit. That's why I said 163, because I said, well, we'll add 2 cents, because I said it's going to 161, 162, and so we added an extra 163. Boom. And we freaking hit. The second candle didn't even close there. We wicked into 163, baby. We wicked into 163. The candles both closed at 165. How beautiful of a trade this was. If you caught the 163 wick, I have been calling out a 163 price point for 2 months before this happened. 2 months I told y'all, 163, baby, be ready. And we hit it. And let me tell you, these long-term goals, I am the most accurate at. Okay? Let me see here. 2 objects are the same. TikTok is annoying. Just important to make sure to say too, most people don't listen to what you're saying and they just listen to the price numbers you say. I know, and I have to work on that. I will work on that. I appreciate you catching that. I think subconsciously in my mind, I know we're going to dollar numbers eventually. So I just default into the dollar zone. But I don't think we're there yet, baby. I think we got 245 is going to be your sweet spot. I would say to make sure that you hit, if 247 is our zone, and 245 is 3 cents away, I would say 245 or 244. And let me tell you, 24444, that number always hits. It's a thing where people do that, where they'll go 255555, 2444444, 2333333. Those numbers always hit. Those are surefire. All right? So if it's looking like 247, I would say 244 is where 244.44 is where I would say that we're probably gonna, close candle at. But, if you're trying to catch the wick, guys, you can get burned. Okay? Don't always try to catch the wicks. On big moves like this, where I'd seen this coming for months and I knew where it was going to go, it's easy to pick this zone. This is an easy call for me. I knew exactly where it was going to stop. But on these shorter time frame ones, it's a little bit more tricky. Okay, so you have to be a little bit more conservative. Don't try to catch the wicks, the very bottom tip, and the very top all the time. But when you should be trying to catch the bottom is when it's going to the bottom, okay? When it's moving its way up, you should be more conservative. When it's coming down, it's easier to find that spot. And this is only if we stay above the blue line. I mean, we could still drop into here and then move sideways. And that could bring us above the blue line just by going sideways because the line is moving downward. So if we drop down to 215 and just ran sideways until Monday, Tuesday, that would put us above the line and then we would automatically move up. But I think that would be out of structure. I don't see it doing that. But the longer time goes by, the closer and easier it gets to break above the line. So it has to drop. And if it stays above the line, that means every time it drops, it's easier for it to bounce off of it because it's still going down, but it's staying above the line. But I think we got more gas, baby. I really do. I think this is just the start. You should be taking profits at 225 and 230 were your profit taking zones. And they lined up perfectly. And it looks like we could drop down into 216, 217, maybe even as low as 214. Okay? If it turns around and shows a bullish pattern and coming back up and retesting, look, it's running along the top of this line already. It's busted out, and if it comes down and it doesn't just move like this, okay, then that means that it'll probably move like this. You see? It just depends. But honestly, as of right now, it looks like we're going to go down. But is it over? No. And that's because I get off of these lower time frames and I'm looking at the bigger picture. This is the 1 hour. The 1 hour is this massive inverted head and shoulders right here. Okay? And the inverted head and shoulders is usually from the top of where it wicks to the bottom here. Okay? So let me... I'm conservative, okay? I'm going to take the lower one and I'm going to stretch it down to this one right here. Okay? That's what we should be doing. And then I take this here. And that puts us right there. That says 255. I ain't buying it. I don't think it's going to do that. Right? Let's see here. 255. I ain't buying it. I think it's possible we hit 255, but that puts us outside here. And I think 147, because I'm going to be conservative, and that still looks like a nice head and shoulders. Okay? Nice head and shoulders would be at 147. 147 is a strong resistance zone. Lines up right with this right here. Okay? And then we come down. 255 is what it should do, but we were calling that prediction Friday at midnight this Friday or next Friday. Which prediction? For 247, that's this upcoming Friday. Friday at midnight. Look at right here. 11 o'clock. 10, 11 o'clock, midnight. Right here in this little X. That's where it's going to happen, baby. That's it. That's where it's going to hit. And I think it's going to be done. I really do. As long as we don't, die off. As long as the news doesn't come in crazy. If so far everything's been good news, okay? Everything's been good news. As long as we don't get some crazy news like China's doing something crazy to us, or they're implementing different things, or some kind of bad news we haven't heard, okay? But I think we've gotten all the bad news we're going to get for now. I really do. But I'm expecting a curveball at some point. 220 to 215. Somewhere in there is going to be your entry point, more than likely. I'm thinking 218, baby. 218, 219. It could go lower. I'm going to watch and see. Because as it gets closer, you have to continually watch the charts and see what formations it forms to see if it's going lower or making a reverse and going up higher. But we got a pump like this. Generally, after a strong pump, we get a 50% correction, which would bring us back down to 217. That's normal. That's normal price correction. So we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see what it forms. And this is why you guys want to be subscribed and get those daily price point videos. This is why you want to have access to message me. Obviously, I can't be awake all the time. Okay, but I am posting those price point videos, and when I am awake and I am getting the messages, I am answering them as timely as I can. My lives, by the way, I was doing Monday through Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 to 9 Pacific Standard Time, and then Tuesdays and Wednesdays were noon to 5. I'm going back to my old schedule. Everything is going to be 5 to 9 Monday through Friday. I'm going to keep it simple. So Monday through Friday, 5 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be live every single day as long as I'm not sick. Tomorrow, I have doctor's appointments and things. I am very sick right now. So there will be no live tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to get access to those daily price point videos. And for those of you that are watching on TikTok, make sure you come over to Twitch. That's Ozthecryptogoat, all lower cases, no spaces. Because we will be ending the live here in a few minutes on TikTok. How do you sign up for Deluxe Sub? Click my profile picture, and then just above my videos, there's going to be where it shows like my showcase, and it'll say like subscribe. Click that, scroll, and it's going to say Deluxe Subscription. So when you subscribe to Twitch, it's for the Twitch show, but the TikTok is where you subscribe to get those daily price point videos. So you got to subscribe on TikTok to get the daily price point videos. You're subscribing on Twitch if you want the different viewing experience with the professional audio and video and the longer show. And you want to not have to pay for commercials. It's free on Twitch if you don't mind commercials. There's a YouTuber who I follow as well, and he's saying 97-ish is decision time for BTC. This will make or break it. Exactly. So it lines up with the 247 top for XRP. Exactly. They are moving in unison identically right now, okay? I'm going to have to get a few more songs. I thought that this was going to be enough music. I need at least 20 more songs. I've only got like 6 or 7. Yeah, I got 7 songs. I'm gonna add to the song list tonight. I have to use special audio. So it's not free, guys. But because of your donations, we're able to purchase these audio, able to have these things set up. The music is annoying. Well, I think it's annoying because it's the same thing over and over. I think I'm going to kill the music now. I'm done with the music. I'm ready for just some good old-fashioned. Usually I just open with the music, but I got all this new music. I wanted to try it out and see what was going on, but we're probably going to need some more tracks for sure. But as you can see, every day we are growing. We are growing every single day, and I'm trying to provide you guys with the most professional show I possibly can provide you. So we got our spooky ghost. And look at our chart lines right up in his hand there. The music gives you anxiety. All right. So we are going to be switching to the Twitch show in about, I'd say about 15 minutes, guys. So if you do want to catch the second half of the show and you're on TikTok, make sure you come over to Twitch. That's Ozthecryptogoat at Twitch TV. So Twitch TV, twitch.tv. And then you're going to go there and you're going to search Oz the Crypto Goat, all lower cases, no spaces. TikTok seller 444, just pinned it to the top there. That's where you're going to find it. I think the memes and posts are so professional looking now. Looks good. Thank you. I appreciate it. I am trying to step things up. I'm getting more professional as you guys continue to support the show and continue to, donate and do things for the show. I'm reinvesting it back into you. So whatever I get is just going right back into the show. My grandpa, he owned several businesses growing up, and he always taught me, you don't run a business, you build a business, okay? Because if you run a business, you're going to run it into the ground. The only way to be successful as a business owner is to take everything you make from that business and pump it right back into it. Don't cut yourself a paycheck. Don't take profits. Don't take anything out of it. Keep pumping into it, and you will build and create an empire one day where you can literally just let it happen, and it will happen, and then you will reap all of that at one time. Okay? And that is how I conduct my business. So I am making sure that everything that I get, I put right back into the show. Everything you guys send to me goes back into this show. It goes back to you. So we are growing. We are getting bigger. We are getting more professional. We are expanding. We are building a studio. We have professional equipment. I don't know who was here when we first started. Whoever was here when we first started, I want to say TikTok seller. TikTok seller was here from the beginning when it was the camera pointed at the tablet. Do you remember that? TikTok seller, are you here? Some of you guys remember when we were literally a camera pointed at my tablet, and that's how we were doing it. And now we've got, yes, the Nintendo Switch. Everyone called it they're like, are you doing a stream from a Nintendo Switch? That's what it looked like. Yeah, Big Baller too. There's a few of you guys, and you guys have all been subscribed. Jared Barnett, yes, you were there too. And all of you have been subscribed for several months now and continue to upgrade and keep your subscriptions because you obviously see some value here. And I appreciate you guys keeping the show going and supporting. And for those of you that are on TikTok, don't miss the second half of the show in about 13 minutes. We are going to be ending the live early on TikTok and moving over to Twitch. So make sure you guys come over to Twitch. I think we're still a bit bullish. I think we may be turning bearish, though. We have to keep an eye on that. Fireman Joe says he remembers the Twitch days, or the Switch. We should do the Twitch on Switch. Switch on Twitch. Those were the good old days, weren't they? And I started that show. I had my desk and I had my little tablet and I had my boat and everything on my desk, and I wasn't even using my desk. It was storage. I was just like had my paperwork, and I did paralegal stuff like on the side, and I had a bunch of like stuff I was doing like paperwork wise, and that's all it was. That's all I had on and I went live on Mega's show one time as a guest on his show, and after that show I realized that too many people were eating the moon cheese. Too many people were eating the moon cheese, and I was like, and that's when I woke Mega up. Mega realized that we were headed downward, and that was months ago. That was when was that? That was February. That was like mid-February. I said, I want to say that it was the Monday, the 17th, is where I want to guess when I said, "Hey, we're forming a Head and Shoulders in the 1 day time frame." You can't hear the planes. Can you hear the air conditioning or anything like that? I don't want to talk bad about any other creators, but I want to, we're reminiscing about what happened and how we've grown so much. Um, this is the little prequel into story time. And we are going to go over the news in the second half of the show. So make sure if you are on TikTok and you want to catch the news report, you come on over to Twitch. Because some of the news is copyrighted and I can't even show it on TikTok. So that's great. I'm glad you guys are getting good professional audio. As you know, I am an audio engineer. Barely, though, I was hearing a power line buzzing. Okay, if you did hear like a power line buzzing, I hear that too. And I actually ordered a piece of equipment to fix that. Still feeling sick, but I'm taking tomorrow off to go to the doctor. But I'm still here today. And remember, guys, if you are on TikTok, to come over to Twitch. That's Ozthecryptogoat, all lower cases, no spaces. We will be ending the live here in about 10 minutes. So if you want to catch the news and you want to hear story time about Subtropolis in LA, it's not really called Subtropolis, but that's what TikTok's calling it. So that's what I'm calling it. But I will give you my firsthand experience of being in the underground city of LA. I've been in it. I've worked there. I've been a part of it. I know what's down there, and you get to hear my story. XRP tanking right now? I wouldn't say it's tanking, but it's Head and Shoulders played out like I said it would. Let's go into the 1 minute and take a look at that. One last little before we... am I looking at a 218 entry? I'm being patient. I'm being patient right now. It's too soon to call anything. I know that based off of this formation, that would be the next stop is like 216, 217. But look at it's not tanking. It just hit 219. And that's the tip. And look at now it's turning green. It's turning green. Right on that line. Look at the candle closed exactly on that line. So this could not do it. Yeah, textbook, guys. And that's why I put the lines here before, because I want you guys to see how this works. The candles are the most accurate way to read these charts. In case you haven't noticed, I don't use indicators. I have them here. The EMA is my favorite to use if I do use indicators. This says that we're going probably to 221. If we're in the upward trend now, we're going to 221. But look, this is forming like a little head and shoulders here. That could send us up to 220. You know? So the EMAs are nice. They can be helpful. But I tend to only use the EMAs in the one day. I will use the EMA to help me catch certain points. Oh, let me see here. I gotta. All right, Ghost, you gotta go bye-bye. So the 200 EMA says that we're headed back to 196. Jared, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. And don't forget, guys, if you want to watch the second half of the show, you want to catch the news, you got to come over to Twitch. We have to get off of TikTok. We have to. I was literally messaging people on TikTok last night, and my messages, anything that I said that were bullish before it pumped, were being suppressed, were being under review or anything. I could not get any bullish news out when it needed to go out. The audio is so much better on here, I know. And by the way, if you're viewing the show on your phone, don't forget to tilt your phone sideways for an even better view of the show and the chat and everything. So you can see the picture much more clearly if you turn it to the side. And don't forget, guys, looks like it might break that blue line. Let's look. Let's look. I'm going to get rid of these. See what I mean? These EMAs will throw you off, right? I don't trust them always, especially in the lower time frames. But yeah, it looks like we kind of broke through. And all we did was wick, and it looks like a bit of a double bottom there. And we could, looks like a classic double bottom. Yeah, when you posted that bull flag, it said the video was under review. When I tried to comment, then the video disappeared. I know. Even the Vegas meetup video did that. A lot of videos have been being suppressed. A lot of information. People, they also changed the algorithm. So you guys are not even getting my stuff in your For You page anymore. You're following, you're subscribing, and you're still not getting the videos and the price point stuff sent to you, at least in a timely manner. You're not being notified. And that's why we're setting up the email list. So for those of you who want to get on the email list, send me a direct message, okay? So if you're a deluxe subscriber and you want to be on the email list, you have to be a deluxe subscriber, okay? Send me your email and I will start creating a list, okay? I haven't worked it out. Maybe it'll just be added on to the deluxe sub as a perk for becoming a deluxe subscriber. I haven't figured out how to work that out yet. However, I am paying somebody to set that up and manage it. So there has to be some type of something coming in with that. So when you're on TikTok and you become a subscriber, there's a deluxe subscription which allows you to message me directly for daily coaching. And also you get access to the daily price point videos that I post. But mainly it unlocks your ability to communicate with me directly. Ask me questions. We can talk about anything. You just want to tell me your life story and we can talk about our similarities and differences and get to know each other on a more personal basis, we can do that too. So, and by the way, we are having the meet and greet in Vegas, June 2nd. I hope to see as many of you guys as possible. I do know a few people are already going to be in Vegas that weekend. So I decided to set up the meet and greet so we can do a special live. So we'll see how that turns out. If anything, and I'm there by myself, we're going to do a special live from Vegas. I'll have my face in the video. Maybe we'll play some games. It won't be on TikTok, though. It'll only be on Twitch. Yeah, you can come. Anybody can come. It's open to the entire public. If you want to come meet me, shake hands, talk to me, grab a beer or play some Texas Hold'em or some craps or something in Vegas, come meet me out in Vegas. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be for a couple hours, and then I'm going to be leaving and going back to my family and things like that. But I am going to take an opportunity to do a special show for meet and greet and a special live. If you guys want to become part of the live show, you can come on the show. We can talk on the show and go back and forth. If you like, you can be on camera, off camera, or, I'll just go live, but it's going to be casual. We're just going to see how it goes. But I'm Canadian, so I will have to pass this time. Just because you're Canadian doesn't mean you're not allowed in the United States. I know that we're not friends right now, but I'm pretty sure you can still come to Vegas. Don't worry, you're going to make a bunch of money off of XRP this week. You're going to be able to afford the plane ride. Just kidding. I'm sure y'all got bills and things. But if you can, yeah, we'll wait. That shit is sorted out. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. I wouldn't go to Mexico right now. I'm glad I went to Mexico before all this started. Because it could have not been as fun as it was. Let's look at Bitcoin one last time. So if you are on TikTok, I am ending the live now. Make sure you come over to Twitch. That's Ozthecryptogoat, all lower cases, no spaces. Don't miss out on the show, guys. So if you want to be on the show, you're going to have to come over to Twitch now. Because we are cutting the live. Thank you all for your overwhelming support. We are about to get into the news and story time. Don't miss story time. Tonight's is going to be juicy. We want you here, though. Yeah, I'm going to be on Twitch. I'll be on Twitch, but TikTok is going to be shutting down. Partially, it's because my phone's dead. The other partially is because it just has to be, but my phone is dead when I started the live and I have it plugged in, but it overheats and it cuts the live anyway after a little while. So we just have to do it anyway. So make sure you guys come on listen to me, everybody. Okay. This is going to be the greatest show you've ever seen. Okay. I'm telling you, everybody says so. We're all on Twitch when we drink Bud Light. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to build a wall between Twitch and TikTok, and it's going to have a big, beautiful door, and I'll tell you what, I'll walk through it with you. Does Twitch have Zoom? I believe it does, but turn the phone on its side and see how that works for you. All right, thank you all on TikTok. I'll see you on Twitch. All right, we are Twitch only now. Now we can say things that we're not allowed to say on TikTok. How awesome is that? I can tell you spooky stories. I can tell you about things that I'm not allowed to talk about on TikTok. That is awesome. All right, so I'm going to save story time for the end of the show. Looks like we bounced off 219. Yeah, I'm coming at it. Exactly. Look at all those candles closed exactly at that line right there, baby. Exactly. Textbook, like TikTok seller said. Textbook. All right. And we're moving up. And, but see how we dropped low here in this resistance zone? We're getting lower lows, which means lower highs. We could break through now. All right, now we could break through. Or we hit it again and we do another double top, and then it's a bigger double top and we're going to be moving up. That blue line bounce is so amazing. I know, right? Isn't that awesome? And I literally just threw that line on the chart like 5 minutes before the live. I was like, oh, let's draw this line right here. I was like, I set up all this stuff. I added the ghost and the boo, and I lost the XRP. It was supposed to be right here. But I added the ghost and I put the lines because I wanted people to see exactly what we're doing here. Because this could be a bull flag now. We've formed enough of this that we could touch here and come back down, and then that would be what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be wave 5 down here, baby, and that's at 140, 130. Double bottom would be even more awesome. What do you mean double bottom? Oh, you're talking about on the 1 minute? But this was a descending wedge. It was a head and shoulders. It was a descending wedge. It was a diamond top, okay? And according to my calculations, 163 I would say is fulfillment of a diamond top. I would say that fulfills that structure, which means that there's the possibility that, and you know, this could be down here. That line could be down here, okay? Keep that in mind, which is probably more likely. But we like to be a little conservative, so we're moving it because we have more lines to go off of up there, but this is probably more accurate. All right? Something like that. All right? That's more accurate. So that means that when we come back down 130, and that look at where this right here. Do you see in this area, you see where these candles line up with these wicks right here? That's 225, 230. I think that's where the candle's going to close, somewhere between here. All right, between 125 and 130, right? And just to be conservative, I say 135 because that's another one of those psychological numbers. Where does that line up at? That's May 10th, May 9th. Let's say it's a Sunday. Sunday, May 11th. You heard it here first. If we continue back down, that would be Sunday, May 11th. And look at that lines up with the distance between these two bottom wicks. Boom. So do you see us going back to 240-ish before going down? I do. We have a strong head and shoulders formation forming, and I think Bitcoin still got some steam in it. I think everything's still got some steam in it. What we saw is a huge pump, and we're seeing a little price correction. I think we've got more in it. I do. And I mean, this could be the turnaround. This could blow us out of here, and we start moving up to the $3 zone and higher. Okay. Do you recommend re-entry or wait to see what plays out? I think I would wait till the 3 a.m. sell-off. 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is when Asian markets open, and one or two things is going to happen at that time. It's either going to start selling off or it's going to start pumping hard. That's what I would wait for. I'm going to wait for 3 a.m. I'm going to see what it does. and see where we're at. But today's Wednesday and we're dropping. Okay. Normally we pump on a Wednesday and we drop on a Sunday, but we pumped on a Sunday. Now we're dropping on a Wednesday. Everything is off. The whole thing is off. So because of that, I'm very unsure. Very unsure. What I would normally say is, oh, Wednesday at 3 a.m., I'm going to expect probably a pump, but everything's off. So I could see it coming back down to 218 before it pumps up again. I think that's the sweet spot, 218, and it could just be done. Okay, it could be done and be over with. Remember, these are risky trades, guys. This could be a double top right here, and then it's back down and we're done. Okay, but this does look like a bull flag. Bitcoin does look like a bull flag, which is leading me to believe that we still got steam, but there's not enough candles to decide. I feel like by the end of the show at 9 p.m., we're going to have enough candles to know what's going to happen. So in the meantime, we're going to put the reading of the charts on hold for a little bit, allow the candles to, grow and mature, so that way we can have a more educated decision. Because right now, I can't tell you. It's guesswork right now. There's not enough data. There's not enough data. So let's watch it. Even if it breaks below that blue line, it could come right back up. So we have to see what kind of structure it forms. We have to be patient. But I'm telling you, 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight is when something's going to happen. So YOLO long at 500x, got it. Oh my God. I mean, eventually one day, yes, we could YOLO up to crazy numbers, but I don't think it's happening just yet. And this is our opportunity to find these lower zones for accumulation and to take profit in these higher zones for when we drop into the lower zones to have more to put into our bags. So that way we can accumulate instead of consume. That is the idea here. We are learning how to. Another thing is like a lot of people are like, I'm out of the market. I'm jumping out. I don't want to encourage that, and I don't want to discourage it, but I want you to know that you got to be in it to win it, baby. You got to be in it to win it. And if you're looking to day trade, you got to be in it. You got to have some skin in the game. You got to have something in it. But also, the idea is to have a plan, have a strategy. My strategy seems to be working. I hope my strategy is working for you guys as well. But my strategy seems to be working perfectly. And I've been using this strategy for many years. I've made lots of mistakes, and it's taken years for me to create this strategy that now is foolproof. I'd never veer from it. I never let my emotions get in the way of it. This is how I day trade. This is just how I do it. And I play a long game. And in between, I like to play a little bit more, just because it's fun too. But also at the same time, I want to mitigate my risks. I don't want to make heavily risky decisions. Jumping in right now is a risky decision. This is what we call a consolidation zone. What we're looking for is a break upward or downward. Because if we lose, let's say we lose 20 cents, 10 cents, and it starts breaking upward, we've got another, 20 more to go? We can't catch the very bottoms of every candle and the very top. We can't always catch that. Sometimes we do. Okay? Sometimes we do. And the ones you really want to try to catch are the bottoms. Obviously, And the tops, you're just taking profits as you keep going up, waiting for it to come back down. So you'll sub on Twitch when your Amazon Prime subscription ends. Yeah, no worries, bro. That's all good. I have the Amazon Prime one too, so I get it. Your guys' support is overwhelming. You know, I don't want to try to berate you guys with supporting the show. You guys have been doing a wonderful job. Some have been more generous than others. Some give what they can or contribute what they can. So that's beautiful. As long as we continue to keep doing this, you guys are going to become so profitable that you're just going to be throwing money at the show anyway because it's coming back to you to keep the show going. You know, that's how it works. Everything that you guys give me, I put right back into you. So that's why you're always seeing new stuff and new things. And wait till you guys see the cameras, man. I got some good cameras. They're AI tracking cameras as well. 4K, high refresh rate. It's going to be beautiful. Like the stage setup, it's going to be it's going to be amazing. Just you guys wait and see. I am constantly growing this thing every day. It is amazing. All right, let's get into the news. I'm not going to read everything. But let's get into a few things. So let me zoom in a little bit here so y'all can see it better. Crypto analyst says XRP is dead. Sentiment is a lie. Reveals the truth. Crypto analyst 589 Bull has asserted that the XRP is dead narrative is a lie. The analyst went further to reveal the truth and explain why market predictions should be bullish on the altcoin despite the current price action. And I am a bit bullish, okay? I just don't think it's happening now. I think it's going to happen in a month or two. So this is our time to accumulate before that craziness goes up. All right? Why XRP is not dead despite current price action. In an X post, he stated that the idea that XRP is dead is a lie. Instead, he stated that the truth is that the altcoin is being embedded in the next financial system. The crypto analyst further remarked that Ripple is building the rails, digitizing liquidity using XRP, mapping corridors, and bleeding retail so that only institutions, bots, and insiders are positioned. And you guys are insiders now because you watch this show. Okay? And this is why I say don't be afraid to have some skin in the game. Because at some point we could get priced out of this thing. We are so early. We are so early. That's why I'm saying that we're coming down, because we're so early. It makes sense that we would come down because we're so early. Let's see here. I'm not going to read this whole thing. My throat's killing me. I'm still sick, so you get the idea. But if you guys want to read the full story, go on to TradingView, and it is on TradingView. They have a excellent news, guys. I like TradingView's news better than most news publications. You click this little lightning bolt right down here, and it'll give you all the latest news on XRP. On April 3rd, 2025, Coinbase Derivatives filed with the CFTC to self-certify XRP futures, launching on April 21st, following investors to trade XRP via standardized contracts. And you guys know what futures are, right? Futures are short positions, baby. Futures contracts. We're going to be able to start getting futures. in the United States. Some of you are doing shorts already. You don't live in the United States. But for those of us in the United States, futures contracts have been against the law for XRP. Those are coming back, baby. And then here's one. LAPD seizes 2.7 million in stolen Bitcoin miners after cargo ring bust. What? What are XRP futures and how to invest in them? Let's take a look at that. If you're following developments, the cryptocurrency market, you've likely noticed that the Coinbase derivatives have introduced XRP's futures contracts. Let's take a closer look. What are XRP's futures? XRP futures are standardized financial contracts that allow you to agree to buy or sell at a predetermined excuse me, predetermined price on a specific future date. Rather than trading the actual token, you're trading a contract that tracks the price of XRP. So futures are shorts. These are how you get short positions. So this is actually really cool. So do I think they'll start shorting the market first? Yes. I think they'll short the market first to drive it down. And that comes in April. What date did they say it was? April 3rd. They filed it, and it will be launched April 21st. So it's only been a couple days, right? So it's pumping. It's pumping because of this. But eventually, they're going to get that price up there real nice and deep like, and be just the beautiful bull trap to come in with those short positions, baby. That's what I think is going to happen. They're going to let it ride just enough to make you feel like it's all better. We have returned to normal, and they are going to short the hell out of it for the next 2 months and drive this price into the ground. That's what I think. All right, let's see here. So, let me get a drink, man. I tell you, my throat is killing me. Oh. My secretary just brought me snacks. So if you hear any chewing in the background, it's not me, I promise. Is that cookies? Cookies. Oh my God. This is the most delicious looking chocolate chip cookie I've ever seen in my entire life. Now that's amazing. All right. So, let's see here. Let's do another news. Stock market rallies after Treasury Secretary Bessonnet tells a closed door meeting investor summit that tariff standoff with China is unsustainable, which it is, guys. This China tariff thing is only going to last so long. It can only go for so long. We get way too many products from China. And let me tell you something. China will print money like it's crazy. They will sacrifice as many people as they have to. They will do whatever it takes to win this, or at least have some kind of leverage. And that's the leverage they have. Our shelves will be empty. China is not backing down. They're upping the ante. Exactly. We are actually starting to back down now. Trump is backing down on China, and they have to. They have to come to some sort of agreement. I guess it sounds like he's coming back down to the original 10%. But China has not agreed to remove anything that they've done to us. But we're agreeing to do things. Because they have the upper hand in this. They do. They produce everything. We get everything from China. So it's not going to last long. And I think maybe Trump assumed that they were going to want to negotiate at some point and he just felt disrespected or whatever and he just went off the handle. But it's not working. It's not working. And let me tell you something. Every deal that Donald Trump has made with China, they say, oh, we've got this amazing deal. It's beautiful. It's going to be amazing. We're going to make lots of money. China never holds up their end. They always blow it and do what they want. China's playing a long game here. And I'll tell you this right now. It's like Donald Trump and China are the two parents in the front seat. Donald Trump's in the driver's seat. China's sitting in the passenger seat, husband and wife. And Canada and Mexico are the kids in the back seat. Okay? And Trump is headed full speed for a tree and says, so help me God, I will drive this car into a fucking tree. That's what's happening right now. And you know what? China's sitting in the front seat next to him saying, do it. I don't care. And Trump's saying, I'll take you all with me. China's like, I don't care. Go for it. Smug. No reaction. Completely cold, shut off. Ready for it to happen. Is completely okay with sacrificing their own children, their own people, whatever it is. They will print money like crazy to like World War II Germany. They will allow their people to starve and die. They do not care. Their thinking is we're overpopulated anyway, and we're the ones in power. We have control over everything. We're not going to miss out on anything, but they will. Who cares? Who cares about them? They literally welded people in their homes during COVID. Welded people inside of their homes. They black bagged and disappeared people during COVID. Doctors that would speak out or say anything that they didn't want them to say disappeared like that. Nobody knows what happened to them. China, that's the one to be scared of. Now, military-wise, I don't think they're as powerful as us. But I don't think that these wars are going to be fought with military equipment. Not these big, giant countries like China and Russia and the U.S. There'll be proxy wars that are fought, but these major battles will be fought in the minds of you and me on TikTok. It's literally, there is a battle happening on TikTok right now with this show. This show is the front lines, guys. You guys are in the infantry. Okay, we are fighting right now, and I am your general leading you into battle, bringing you here to Twitch, getting you off of the dopamine hit, bringing you to a place where we can say and speak and do things and have the ability to be who we want to be and not controlled. They may have more power, but you know what? We have a voice. You have a voice. We're here now. We're on Twitch. We have a decent show on Twitch watching. We have more people on Twitch watching right now than we had on TikTok the entire life. Because the suppression on TikTok is real. Yes, we have random people coming in and out, but Twitch is thriving. And we will be staying here. We will be moving to this Twitch platform, restructuring and figuring this out. Okay, it's going to take time. We're going to have to grow. but we're here. And those of you that are here, that are watching, and that are a part of this show, you are fighting on that front line. You have decided to step out of the matrix and put yourself in a place where you have control, where you have the power, where you're not manipulated. I promise you, there are so many people that are still stuck on TikTok. They can't help it. The dopamine release, they need it. They're a fiend for it. They can't. I see them all the time. They're the ones that pop in on Twitch, and then they pop back on TikTok, and then they pop back in on Twitch because they want to support the Twitch side. They want to be a part of it. They physically can't deal with the loss of dopamine. So that's why we're taking our time to move over to the Twitch side, so that we can allow people to not have to cold turkey, but to wean themselves off. Have you seen the states are suing because of tariffs? Yes. California is suing. We covered that on Friday. The states might break off again and become their own country. Well, let me tell you something. Every state is its own country. At some point, we went from the United States are to the United States is. Okay? The United States are sovereign states, sovereign countries. Each of them have their own laws. The only thing that the federal government is designed to do is to keep the states operating within the Constitution. That's the whole idea, is the states are supposed to operate within the Constitution, and the federal government is there to defend them and make sure that they stay in line and don't break that. And at some point, the Constitution got thrown out the window. Yes, TikTok crackheads. Exactly. At some point, we lost sight of what it is to be a sovereign state. And, you know, they use maritime law now. We are supposed to be under the law of the land. What they've done is they have circumvented the Constitution through the use of maritime law by using trickery. They use trickery and words to deceive you. There's a reason why when you walk, Michiki, what's going on? When you walk into court, have you ever been into a courthouse and you see they're flying their war flag with the gold fringe, and you see you come in, what's the first thing that the judge asks you? The very first time you see the judge and you come up and you walk up, the first thing they ask you is they say, "Can you hear me?" Why do they ask you that? Do they mean hear like audibly? Or is it hear as in, are you allowing me to conduct this hearing? And when you say, yes, I can hear you, you are giving them consent to rule over you. Yes, that's how they get jurisdiction in divorce court. That's how they get jurisdiction when they make you come in. A lot of times they make you sign a yellow or a pink piece of paper or something. And what you're doing is you're signing over your rights to be seen by a judge, because the judge is not even a judge. It's a commissioner. It's a a magistrate. They're not judges. They have no authority. They don't operate under the Constitution. They don't follow the law. And you give away your right unknowingly because they use a precision of language. They speak legalese. They talk in a different language. They write in a different language. I believe it's Subject, predicate, adverb. Subject, predicate, adverb. I used to do paralegal stuff and paperwork for the courts. I know how all these processes happen. I literally went through a divorce. I had a crazy ex that took my kids from me and used legal rape against me. If you guys don't know what legal rape is, look it up. She tried to take everything from me. Okay. And I fought her in court for 7 years and never gave up. And in the end, she gave up. And I was able to keep my pension. I was able to keep my Corvette, my home, my kids. I have full custody of my kids now. I have everything. That's because I understand the system and how it works, and I was able to use it in my favor. And let me tell you something. I did not know it when I first started. When I first started, I had no idea. I had to learn it out of necessity. For my kids, I learned all these things so that I couldn't lose my kids. But we are in martial law right now. We're in martial law. It's maritime law. And let me tell you something else about those courthouses. They are enclaves. If you don't know what an enclave is, Google it. It's 4 corners. 4 corners is an enclave. You can literally lay a flag down on the ground and stand upon it, and whatever that flag represents, you are now within that country or whatever that is, and you become sovereign. If you lay a flag on the ground and stand upon it, you can't be arrested. Did you know that? If you stand underneath a flag and it's stretched out square and you're standing beneath it, did you know you cannot be arrested? Because it's out of their jurisdiction. Anything within 4 corners. And if they do, they can be sued for kidnapping. But you have to know these things. And they will. They'll break it because they assume you don't know your rights. They assume you don't know who you are. They assume you do not know how to govern yourself and be sovereign. They assume. The courts operate on assumption. Should I start taking a flag in my back purse? Sure, why not? Why do you think gang members carry a flag, a bandana? It's a sign of sovereignty and I don't want to get too into that because I don't think you guys are ready for that. There's a lot to it, guys. Start digging, start Googling and looking flag laws. When you go into court, the first thing you need to do is establish jurisdiction. Because if you do not, they will operate under assumption that they have jurisdiction over you. So when you go into court, you have to let them know, you do not have jurisdiction over me. I do not operate under maritime law. I am a sovereign human, not a sovereign citizen, a sovereign living man, woman. I'm alive. I'm not the straw man on paper. Start looking into these things. Start learning what they are. Because even if you don't live in the United States, they're doing these things to you as well. Just the processes and whatnot is probably somewhat different. But here in the US, this is happening to you. You are being trafficked. Why do you think you need a driver's license? Drivers don't have you don't have to have a license to travel. That's against the Constitution. But drivers have to have a license because they're conducting commerce. Are you conducting commerce when you're moving yourself down a public highway? It literally says that the Supreme Court says that you have the right to travel, whether it be automotive, locomotive, horse and buggy. They cannot keep you. Driving is not a privilege. Driving is a right. But driving, first of all, you got to look up Black's Law. Black's Law Dictionary is the definitions of these words, okay? A driver is somebody that is like a delivery driver conducting in commerce, okay? When you are operating a motor vehicle and transporting yourself and your property from point A to point B, you are traveling. You are a traveler, not a driver. You do not need a driver's license in order to travel. You have the free right of mobility and travel among the roads and railways. That is a God-given right, inalienable. Do you know what inalienable means? It means it's not something that is granted to you. It is something you are born with and endowed by your Creator. And that no matter what piece of paper they write or try to create, it doesn't make it go away. Man, we got off on a real one today. Oh yeah. Hoorah. Oh, I'll wake you all up. I will wake you all up. I will get you off that TikTok crack and get you on some real good. Right? I'll get you on that natural one. Ooh, boy. By the way, I don't do drugs. I'm sober. I have kids. I drink water. I used to run like 14 miles a day. Got hit by a drunk driver. Now I just chill. Yeah, I don't even smoke weed. I smoked weed when I was a kid, and now I don't even like doing that. I don't even really drink. I drank the other night because I was so fucking sick. I was like, I'm gonna have like as much tequila as I can to try to get this shit out of my body. And then that was it. But other than that, like I maybe drink once or twice a year. They're controlling us. Everything we do is monitored. Yes, they are moving into a one world government, financial social credit score system where everything you do is checked and balanced. They want to put you on a universal based income where you get a certain amount of money every month. You have to live in the pod and eat the bugs. And if you don't spend your money on what you're supposed to, your universal based income will be, you will not be able to save it. You will not be able to spend it on whatever you want to. You will not be able to grow or invest or do anything. You know, XRP is supporting that. Yes, I do. And I believe that there is no stopping it. I believe there is no stopping it, and that the only way to stop it is to raise an army of rich men who are willing to be awake once enriched and use their riches to empower people. That's what I believe. I believe that the only way to fight this war is for the people who are fighting the war to become part of that rich class, to become part of that social group, and then turn upon it. That's what I'm doing here. I'm raising an XRP army that's going to turn on itself. Do you believe the Ascension will win? The what? Ascension will win? What's the Ascension? Yeah, or they'll buy it back. They'll force you to sell it just like they forced you to sell your gold back in, what, 1933 in the US? They'll confiscate it from you. But if we're able to enrich ourselves and make loads of money and bring ourselves into that world, we can be insurgents. As long as we stay awake, that we don't let the money get to us. Because let me tell you, money like we're going to make here can change a person. It can't change me. I can't be bought. I cannot be pushed. I cannot be shook. I will not waver from the task at hand. There is one ultimate goal, and that is what I will always push for. And nothing will ever get in my way. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for people who have that similar same goal, or just regular people that just don't want to suffer as much. Either way, someone is going to rise to the occasion. And it only takes 5 men to create massive damage, and I'm not saying that we're going to do like physical damage, that's not what I'm saying. But it doesn't take much to make a change. All it takes is for good men to do nothing for evil to triumph. All it takes for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. And let me tell you something. Since the beginning of time, there has always been somebody trying to take over the world. All the way back to the beginning, somebody is always trying to conquer and take over the world. Since the beginning of it, somebody's in control, wants to be in control of everything. And if you think that that has gone away, you've lost your mind. You've lost the plot, in the words of Gordon Ramsay. If you believe in evil, why don't you know about the new earth? What do you mean, the new earth? Got to stand for something or you're likely to fall for anything. Exactly. What do you mean the new earth? I know about the new earth. And let me tell you something. The new earth that they are trying to feed you is the Hunger Games, okay? That's the new earth they're looking for. The Hunger Games. Now, are people going to battle to the death? No, but that division of class is what they're looking at. The whole new earth utopian society thing, it doesn't work. It works on a small scale. Okay? Socialism, communism, those types of things work on a small scale. But once you grow into a massive group of people, it's unsustainable because greed will always triumph. Greed is the issue. Man, the Terminator movies from the first to the last are very real. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, bro. Oh, man, I wish I had that news article pulled up. They are. Maybe I should pull it up real quick. Let me see. I know Timcast has one. By the way, if you don't watch Tim Pool, definitely check it out. Definitely a fan. His is more political, though. Where is it? The AI one. I don't know where it is. Okay. So there is a news article that basically says that super powered AI will control the world within 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years, a super powered AI will control everything. You guys ever watch Futurama? You ever see the episode where Bender keeps replicating himself? And then there's more and more and more of Bender, and they're just like down to like a microscopic level. Oh, They Live with Rowdy Roddy Piper. Yes, I know about They Live. Bro, who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you're talking to? I don't know about They Live. Yes, if you haven't seen They Live and you don't mind a low end 80s B movie, definitely watch They Live. That is where we're at right now. Now, are the aliens really in control? Who knows? Oh, it's bad. I actually like it, but it's bad. It's so good. The story is so good, but it's so bad. Yeah, it's like what are they? Wrestlers? WWF wrestlers from back in the day made a movie. Hilarious though. I mean, also really, really powerful story. So if you guys have not seen They Live, definitely go and find it. Probably on Amazon or something like that. You're going to want to see that. You know which movie I just watched? I watched the Sneakers movie. Remember the one that they talk, the XRP is mentioned in Sneakers? I watched that. That's a really good movie. Yeah, I ended up buying it on Amazon. I was like, okay, I need to watch this movie and find out what the hype's all about and what's going on with it. But yeah, XRP is named in a movie from 1993 for Federal Reserve Electronic Transfers Funds. Which is quite interesting. Quite interesting. And they're talking about cryptic encryption. That's what the whole movie's about, is about encryption. This is like when encryption was so new that it was just a theory. It wasn't even real yet. Like encryption existed, but it was like an algorithm to undo encryption. Yeah, definitely something to watch. Highly recommend it. I enjoyed every minute of it. Who's in it? Who's that? Robert Redford, I think. Great movie. Joaquin Phoenix. The internet had hardly been established at that stage. Exactly. Exactly. It was so new. Like it's all on DOS computer systems that they're doing all this stuff. And they're literally talking about this digital age of electronic funds transfer. Yeah, it's not like today. They didn't quite have it all right, but at the same time they did. And it's happening now. Yeah, it's basically quantum computing, which is what we have now, which is why they're like, oh, digital currency isn't going to work because of quantum computing. It'll be able to hack every firewall and every encryption that's ever been created. but now they're moving into this new form of ISO and different types of encryption and things that are quantum computing safe now. The one where the high school kid logs into the missile site in Montana is also good. What? What's that one? I never heard of that. Is that an older one too? War games. Oh yeah, war games. Man, I haven't seen that in a long time. That's a good one. There's money magazines from early 80s that explained all of this for the future as well, which is now. Exactly. You think this has all happened by mistake? You don't think this is all a grand design? That's why I'm like, there's no way to fight it except for from the inside. We have to start thinking more long-term, fourth dimensionally in a way to combat this. We have to start to understand that we're basically powerless in all of this. And we're along for the ride, so we might as well ride it to a position of power or wealth where we can actually do something about it. You know what? I just saw something. Look at this. Look at that. That lines up. That lines up. I can probably make this line even more accurate. Look at that. That line is pretty accurate. 2030. So 2031 is the agenda. It's Agenda 31. The UN 2030 agenda may be something. But yeah, look up Agenda 31, guys. It used to be Agenda 21, but they pushed it back to 31. It was supposed to happen with COVID. And in 2020, before COVID happened, and I think it was right around the same time, the Release of Suppressed Technologies bill was signed by Donald Trump, which states that all suppressed technology is to be released and implemented into society by March of 2025. And part of that is ISO 222. But that date was pushed back to November 22nd. But all suppressed technology that the United States has is to be released and implemented into society by 2025. And they're already starting to introduce it with the AI, the self-driving cars and automated, new systems and everything. That's why all that's happening. They've been slowly releasing it, okay? By 2030, the world is going to be unrecognizable. Yes, alien tech, or it's just